Whose Rules? Hi, hello, welcome to Whose Rules. I'm Hools, and today we're doing a playthrough of one of the games that I often bring to game nights with groups that I maybe not be super familiar with, but I know they're like gonna be 5 to 10 people, which often I find you want to bring a party game to that. But with party games, I feel there is a barrier because usually you have to know everyone to make the game fun because you have to like know how they think. And then if you're in a situation where you don't know everyone, it ends up becoming very anxiety driven, especially for someone who experiences social anxiety. So I find DIXIT is a good mash of party game while also not really having to know people that well. Like, yeah, there's definitely elements to specific things you can be less general about in order to try and win the game, but I don't think I've really come across that in my time of playing Dixit, and I probably played this game like 20 different times with multiple different groups. Except for once, there was a reference to Lord of the Rings, and I didn't get it, and then I felt like a bad nerd. But I'm just a different kind of nerd. Whose Rules? Here we have Dixit. Like I said, it's a really fun game to bring out to parties. There's a very, very limited learning curve to this because it's pictures. We love pictures. Yay! I guess the only thing that I would say that makes it less accessible is there's colors, and if you're colorblind, it's a little less visually stunning, but I still think the pictures are great. And oftentimes I don't usually think that people give clues that have to do with colors, or I usually push away against that, or I suggest otherwise to use words otherwise.
Wow, I'm stumbling on my words today. Okay.
With this game, what's going to happen is everyone's going to get a hand of their own cards, and you'll see they are beautiful. There's so many different pictures here in the cards that exist. There are also multiple expansions, and it's just more artwork. And I think that's also really lovely to see, especially in a time of AI. They're all done by different artists. With this game, what you're going to do is everyone's going to get a hand of 6 cards. If it's my turn to go, if I'm it, I guess, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select one of the cards from my hand. Say I select this card here. Then you're going to pick a word or a phrase or a song lyric, really anything. If you want to do an entire Shakespearean paragraph, go for it. Just make sure you can repeat it because people will ask you what you said. And what you're trying to do is get people to try and guess your card out of a slew of cards that'll be on the table. But you don't want every person to guess it, because if every single person guesses the card, then you get 0 points and everyone else gets points. So you want to be obvious without being too obvious, because if no one guesses your card, you also get no points, which the point of the game is to get points. No point intended. So then what's going to happen is after I say my card and my phrase, and I say phrase is open, which is like a very general phrase, word, whatever. So I say open, and then I would put it face down, and everyone else who's playing with me will look at their hand of cards and choose one of the cards in their hand that they think has to do with open. So they will select a card from their hand, and all the cards will be face down in the center. Once everyone has selected a card, then we're going to shuffle them all up and display them out. Some of the boards are different. This is an Odyssey expansion, so it actually plays up to 12, which is awesome, especially for a party game when you have like 10 people, because there's not a lot of games that you can play with 10 that aren't really like Cards Against Humanity or What Do You Meme? And I don't really find those games fun. Sorry. So you're going to shuffle the cards and you're going to display them, but basically you're going to start from one and go up. Then everyone is going to select the card they think is my card, so the one that I had provided for my word, open. In the original game, you have little numbers. So they're little squares, and each square has a number on it, 1 to 6. And then at the same time, everyone would flip it over and reveal their number. For this Odyssey game, they have these little weird things. So usually I just kind of like pick a number like this, and everyone's going to reveal their number. The other way you can do it is everyone like points to a thing, or you can have little colored meeples. Like if for some reason you have just a bunch of meeples hanging out in your house that are different colors, you could use those. You could use little cubes from any other game of different colors and just kind of like 1, 2, 3, put them on the card you think it is. I find the more visual you are with who guessed what, the better it is to then figure out the point situation after. And so what's going to happen then is we're going to reveal everyone's guesses. And then you're going to keep going as such. After I'm done, you're going to wipe the cards. Everyone's going to draw another card, and we're going to pass the turn to the next person. And we're going to keep going around until someone hits 30 points. So that's how the game is played. Now, how the points actually happen. So yes, as I said, if say 3 people guessed my card and 1 person guessed a number 5, because that also looks like open. There's a shell. It opens. See? Look at that. Yeah, that's a pretty good card considering I drew it randomly. So we have 3 people and 1 person guessed. I obviously don't guess when it's my turn because that would be redundant. But then because someone else guessed a different card, I'm in the clear. So everyone who guessed the actual card will get points. I get points for people guessing my card. And then if someone guessed your card and you weren't it, you also get a point. So it is beneficial to select a card that has to do with the word or phrase that the person gave, because you can also get bonus points in that way, which is pretty cool. So if everyone guesses my card, they all get 2 points. I get a big fat goose egg. If everyone but 1 person or 2 people guess my card, everyone who guessed my card plus me would get 3 points. The people who didn't guess my card don't get any points. And then if my card was selected but I was not it, I would get 1 point for every person who guessed that card. That wasn't the selected card for the round. And that is how the points are divvied up. Usually when I bring this game, I'm the one who's counting all the points, because it can get really finicky when it's like, okay, who's this? What's this? This, and then you're moving things around. And that's the game. It's very, very simple. For me, I always tell people when I'm teaching this game, I might even say, if you have a group of people who get very excited by artwork, to maybe take 10 minutes off the top of the game to show everyone every card. Because I have given away my cards sometimes when they display the cards and then they go, oh, wow, that one's really cool. Which obviously means that's not my card, unless I'm playing that game. Unless I'm being really like hats on hats there and I'm like trying to metagame it. But yeah, I usually reveal myself by being like, oh, well, that's obviously not my card, because I hadn't seen it and I was too excited to share that I saw a card with pretty images on it. Because I do recommend, if you have people that get very excited by art, that maybe you do a pass of everyone kind of goes through the deck and gets to see all the cards first. That's my own thing, because it's kicked me in the butt a couple times. And yeah, so you basically go around until someone gets 30 points, and that's the end of the game. Yeah, it's a great game. As I said, there's a lot of expansions, and they're all different artists, and it's really beautiful, and all the cards can be interpreted so differently. Yeah, I really recommend it because of the artwork specifically. I think it's so cool how different every card is. Some of my table rules for this is, if you have a hand of cards that just you're finding it's so hard that they're so specific, or they're this one image with one small thing on, and you're like, I can't play this for anything, it's not working. I do let people, if you're going through an entire round and someone's got just this hand of cards that sucks, even when they keep drawing new cards, I will let people mulligan their entire deck and be like, okay, I'm gonna discard all 6 cards and draw 6 cards back up. Just because I don't think it's fun when you're like, oh, all these cards suck. And there's so many cards in the game too that you might as well just have fun with it. And yeah, so that is a DIXIT. This is specifically the Odyssey version that I found on the side of the road. So, you never know what you can find. It's great. And yeah, I recommend it to those who have a big group of people. I think minimum you need 3 people to play, but I do recommend at least 6. It just makes it a lot more fun when you have more cards to choose from. And that is DIXIT. So thank you so much for joining me for today's playthrough. If you have a game that you're interested in learning, or you just want to know about a game, feel free to comment below. I would love to engage and interact with you folks, because that's kind of why I started this channel. I really like board games. I want to share that love with other people. And I think it's a space that can be accessible if we just start being more aware of what that means. So thank you all so much. I've been Hools. This is Hools Rules. And as always, remember, have fun.